So what are sea urchins? They belong to the big class Echinoidea. There are around 900 species of sea urchins. Urchins live in almost every sea, from the Arctic to the Antarctic. They are nocturnal feeders who feed mostly on algae and sea vegetation, and when they have a shortage of those resources, they can become omnivorous. During the day, they hide from predators in different cavities around the sea bottom or coral caves. Their mouth is surrounded by 5 strong calcium carbonate teeth, or plates, and using these teeth, urchins can burrow themselves into the sea bottom. They can make their own caves, crunching on the sea bottom limestones. These multitasking teeth are called Aristotle's lantern, helps urchins stay in place and resist the powerful waves. The anal opening is located on the opposite side of the urchin's body. Please meet a very interesting type of sea urchin, Black Diadema. Normally, a sea urchin's spines do not exceed 3 to 4 centimeters, but Black Diadema spines can reach up to 30 centimeters. They live in small groups in depths of 1 to 10 meters near the coral reef. They feed on algae and are directly responsible for the health and well-being of reefs and all the sea creatures who depend on the reef. They are a source of food for triggerfish, porcupine fish, sea otters, starfish, and others. They play a very important role in the biosystem. A decline in the species could be devastating for coral reefs, habitats, and ecotourism. It happens for many reasons, such as pollution, diseases, powerful hurricanes. There were also attempts to breed diadema in captivity and then let them out to sea. Difficulties like the adulthood age and when they start breeding, which is normally around 3 years old, made that process unsuccessful. Without Black Diadema, coral reefs stop growing and restoring themselves. Some species of Diadema family have a toxin in their spines, so if you accidentally step on it, it can ruin your vacation. The main symptom from this poisonous sea urchin spine sting is severe pain. If you were stung by a species that is not poisonous, redness, swelling, and moderate pain could be present. Neurotoxins can also cause numbness, allergic reactions. If you feel a headache, difficulty of breathing, fainting, you should go to the nearest doctor. Luckily, this rarely occurs. When stinging you, Diadema urchins release dye under your skin, so sometimes the injury leaves a so-called tattoo. Sea urchins do not try to attack you. It is simply a defense mechanism. They don't have eyes, but their spines are light sensitive. They function like one compound eye, reacting to the shadows of objects swimming nearby and pointing their longest spines in that direction. So if you are too close, ouch, you will be stung. Should you worry? No. There is something you can do to prevent unpleasant circumstances and to continue enjoying your vacation. Urchin stings are not deadly, but the spines are really fragile and can break off really easily, get stuck under your skin, and cause a splinter or an infection. They are made of calcium carbonate, the same material as the chicken egg. First, you have to carefully, with the help of a magnifying glass, check the damaged skin for broken spines. Not every black dot means that there's a piece of spine. It's just black because of the dye. Then very carefully, using tweezers, one by one, remove them. If after that you still see some small pieces inside, with the help of sterilized needles, try to get them out. Use antiseptic solution after that, and always make sure you disinfect. If you feel that there are more small microscopic particles, you can try to remove them with the help of a hot bath with vinegar. Remember, we are dealing with calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is easily dissolved with vinegar acid. Prepare a warm bath around 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Add some vinegar. Warm water will also dissolve toxins, if present, and eases the pain. You can add some Epsom salt to speed up the healing process. Soak your injured area for 30 to 40 minutes. Further problems can arise from infection. That is why it is really important to disinfect the injured area. Use some over-the-counter antiseptics such as hydrogen peroxide, iodine, alcohol, or brilliant green. Using them just to make sure that most of the bad microorganisms are destroyed. Brilliant green has a very strong potency against the wide spectrum of pathogenic bacteria and fungus. Besides, it does not irritate the wound, and it penetrates it pretty deep. That fact, for me, makes brilliant green and zilonka #1 antiseptic, and I always use it with me on vacation, because it is impossible to get it almost anywhere out of big cities. If, after a couple of days, you still have pain, swelling, and redness, you should show it to a medical doctor. Never ever use bandages to cover urchin wounds. Our body is capable of excreting foreign particles from some wounds. If you're using a bandage, you are preventing your body from doing that. There is another species of the big class of Echinoidea, also known by the common name of sea egg or white sea urchin. They're a very common type for the Caribbean Sea. That urchin plays a significant role for humans. His sexual organs, or gonads, are a favorite delicacy for many Caribbean regions. But in the last few years, these fisheries have suffered a big decline due to significant overfishing in the past for the need of the local market and export, mostly to Japan, where the price could reach up to $200 per kilo in some restaurants. They are amazing creatures. Look at what they can do with their hundreds of little transparent adhesive tubes working as a result of hydraulic pressure. They can hide themselves, move around, cover themselves with seaweed and sea-bottom stones. I was really surprised to learn this fact. They use seaweed to protect themselves from excessive ultraviolet radiation when they are feeding on shallow water, much like a t-shirt for humans. In this situation, some kind of biological distress, they are capable to send signals to one another and immediately start breeding by releasing egg and sperm cells for fertilization. For successful breeding, there should be a certain concentration of sea urchins per square meter of sea floor, and they start breeding at 3 years of age. This can explain the sharp decline. Just think about the numbers. One diver is capable of collecting 1,000 sea urchins in 1 hour. On a fishing vessel, they can take out 5 to 6 tons of live sea urchins per one trip. So if you think it's so delicious and nutritious, the sea urchins' gonads are not that much different from regular chicken eggs, considering nutrients and vitamins. Then why are we so greedy, and why do we want to destroy our sea and biological resources? We need to keep the biological balance. Our ocean life is depending on it. Otherwise, it could be true that in 10 years from now, we won't have life in the sea. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments and questions below, and don't forget to subscribe.